Let's review this Facebook trade. So just went through the charts here on this Facebook trade that you took, Rex. Looks really, really good. So just quick overview on it. Okay. We got that 1 hour chart pulled up with the 9 EMA. We're waiting for that extended green bar to cross and close above the 9 EMA, which is good. Okay, so right here between pre-market and the first 30 minutes of the bell, we put in that nice big green candle closed over the 9 EMA. You're going to go ahead and set your pivot for 348.67 right around that area at the top wick. Okay, so 348.60s. We're waiting for the following hour's candle or third candle after that, as long as we don't close below the 9 EMA, to confirm that pivot price, and then that's your entry. So you had a really good entry on this. I think you said 348.71, 348.71, and then you closed your first scale out at 349.63. So really good entry. Really good entry here. You got in on this candle here. So theoretically speaking, if you're going to swing this more than a day, you're going to use the previous hour's candle low as your stop. So your stop would have been 344.65, which is giving you almost a 3-point risk. So as we were talking about in the Discord chat, how we can shorten up that risk is the first close under the 9 EMA. So let's say you get in on this candle here, puts in a nice top pattern here. Next candle opens up red and closes below the 9 EMA. That would be your area of stop, and that area at this hour would have been 347.14. So you're cutting almost a 3-point risk down to about $1. So depending on your position sizing, I'm just going to use just a general number. If you're trading 100 share lots and you lose a point, you lose $100 on the trade versus potentially losing $200, $250, $300 on this potential swing trade here. But if you're going to go ahead and scalp this, you're looking for a day trade, you're looking for a quick buck, you're looking for anytime I like to scalp the hourly chart, especially on tech stocks, depending on what kind of tech stocks it is. So if we're talking about Facebook, Microsoft, AMD, what else we got? Apple, even stocks that are not going to put in $5, $10, $15, $20 candles. I like to take profits anywhere between 50 cents, $1, $1.50, $2 every step of the way. So Facebook, good way to scale out. Every dollar up, take some profits off. Obviously you want to scale out nice and slow, quarter size. Obviously you want to hold a runner. So if we just go back looking here, we can eliminate a lot of that risk by putting your stop on a close on the hourly candle below the 9 EMA. That'll shorten it up. Theoretically speaking, if you were using the previous hour's low from your entry, so if your entry was here, you're going to use the previous hour's low as your stop, 344. Theoretically, you would be in this move all day, and that's a 4.7 right now, $4.75 on the day. But again, nobody ever catches the whole move. Always best to scale out, lock in your profits, because at any given time, they can pull the rug on you. So the little example that I'm going to give here is, if you got in on this candle here that confirms this price action, immediately what we can do close to that 8 o'clock hour, switch to the 5-minute chart. Okay, so switch to the 5-minute chart. You said you got in at 755, is going to be right in here on this candle is where you got in on the breakout of 348.67. So you can see that even if you put your pivot on the hourly chart, come over to the 5-minute chart here, you can get a better little breakdown on how to manage your trade here. This is how I like to do it myself. After I set my pivot, I'll come over to the 5-minute chart. I'll kind of just monitor the candles on a 5-minute time frame here. Obviously, we're looking for that 348 break. You can see here we had that big spike. We had a lot of sideways action here, some consolidation. We're looking for the 348.67 break. You got in on this break, got in on this candle, which is good. Immediately we had a pullback or a consolidation, pullback to the 9. We had our first close below the 9 on the 5-minute chart. However, on the macro picture, you're still good on the hourly chart. So even if you got in on this candle, what you can do is use the previous 5-minute candle, right? If you really want to tighten up that stop, 347.98 would be the previous candle's low on the 5-minute chart. You can use that as your stop. Even though we did close below the 9 EMA here on the 5-minute chart, we never got to the previous candle's low. What happens next candle? Immediately reclaim the 9 EMA and then tread up higherwards. So theoretically speaking, on the candle that you entered, whether that be the hourly chart and or the 5-minute chart, or whether you entered in on the hourly chart and monitoring on the 5-minute chart, if you would have just used the previous candle low as your absolute stop loss, as your absolute max pain, you could have scaled out at $1. You could have scaled out at $2 and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to leave this rest of the 25%, 30%, 40% of my position, leave that in as a runner. And as of right now, just about 8 minutes until close, you would still be in this trade for a runner for a potential swing into next week. Obviously, you just want to put a stop loss at the previous 5-minute low. So this is right now, this would be a free trade for you. But overall, 9 EMA strategy, it works if you are patient, if you wait for the levels to confirm and you use previous either hour candle low or previous 5-minute candle low as your absolute max pain. Stick to the system, keep trading the setups as they come, keep trading the price action as it's given to you. And overall, those wins will stack up a lot more than your losses. But overall, this is a great trade, man. Absolutely great trade here. Good job.